Join us on News Across Nigeria. I'm Olumide Macaulay on today's edition. Jubilation by supporters as Supreme Court upholds the victories of Abia and Akwa Ibom state governors. Retirees in Cross River State protest non-payment of their gratuity. And Kaduna State compensates families of police and civil defense operatives who lost their lives in the line of duty. A warm welcome once again to today's program, and we begin with politics in the southeastern region of the country. Supporters of Ikpeazu, who kept vigil throughout the night, erupted in ecstasy when news filtered in that judgment went in favor of Mr. Ikpeazu. The streets of Umuahia turned into a dance hall.
To God's glory. We want to glorify him for answering our prayers. He said his plans will come to pass, and he has confirmed the victory that he has given us on a platter of grace. We appreciate him. Please continue to bless him and glorify him for his wonders.
We don't have a choice. There's no other way to do it other than to adjust into the system. All of us are in government, and the government we're talking about is government for the people. So it's not government for the political party. And as such, we just don't have a choice. Every person must have to adjust in. We have one governor, the governor of Abia State. We also have the members of the House, which are elected by the people to represent them in the government. So being part of the government, we don't have any other choice than to help the governor to deliver the much needed democracy dividends to the people of Abia.
While that appreciation and celebration was going on in Abia State, it wasn't different in Akwa Ibom State, where fireworks, singing, and even praying immediately followed the Supreme Court judgment that affirmed the election of Emmanuel as governor of Akwa Ibom State. The government house in Uyo was the venue of the celebration by supporters as they soaked up the victory. The victorious governor had nothing but praise for the ruling of the Apex Court. He went on to thank God and voters for the victory. He also extended the olive branch to his opponents.
Party supporters who came to witness decisions in the appeals filed by governors of Akwa Ibom and Abia State, they waited with anxiety as counsels to their candidates battled it out inside the court, trying to persuade the court to either uphold their appeals or cross appeals. The court reached verdicts in the appeals and cross-appeals filed in petition challenging the elections of Governor Emmanuel of Akwa Ibom State and his counterpart, Mr. Ikpeazu of Abia State. Hearing in the various appeals lasted over 12 hours with intermittent breaks. After hearing all the appeals, the panel of justices led by the Chief Justice of Nigeria retired to their chambers, returning with a verdict after about an hour.
Now, from there, the Akwa Ibom State governor, his election thus affirmed by the Supreme Court, has gone on to be rest assured that he can continue his policies. So the Akwa Ibom State government has begun massive renovation of facilities in primary and secondary schools across the state. There's also an ongoing expansion of payment of exam fees for WAEC and NECO as part of the free education policy introduced 7 years ago. Under the policy, every child of school age resident in Akwa Ibom State is entitled to free education up to senior secondary school level, no matter the state of origin.
Okay. It was jubilation in 2008 when the Godswill Akpabio's administration introduced free and compulsory education in Akwa Ibom State, which was adopted by the present governor, Emmanuel. Years down the line, how has this policy fared? We visited a few schools. Though learning is ongoing, the classes appear very inadequate.
We have seen many parents bringing their children, their wards from nursery school to register in a private nursery school to register in our public schools because of the free and compulsory education.
We interacted with a few of the students who say they find this policy of huge benefits, but they were, however, quick to express their concerns.
Majority of us are from poor homes. We wouldn't have had the opportunity to learn the white-collar job or be involved in Western education. But thanks to the government.
I want the government to give us more seats and teachers so that we can learn well.
Our library, it's not that okay, but there are some books, but they need to update it. There are books there, but they are old books.
We don't really have a good lab. We don't have equipment in our lab for practicals, to carry out our practicals.
Some parents also feel there is much left undone by the policy.
Compulsory means you are forcing people, okay? By all means, you have to go to school. So if government want to support the parents under free and compulsory education, as it is now in Akwa Ibom State, it is not free. It is subsidized education, like I said, it's subsidized.
In spite of the daunting challenges facing the policy, the State Commissioner of Education in a chart assures of government's commitment to the policy.
Government has concluded arrangement through SUBEP to intervene in our primary schools and junior secondary schools in the provision of facilities. We will have benches provided, we have chairs provided, we will have renovation of structures, we have construction of new ones, and provision of many other instructional materials, and that will commence in the next few weeks.
While the free and compulsory education policy of the Akwa Ibom State government is commendable, every attention needed for it to succeed must be duly accorded.
You're watching news across Nigeria. Coming up, retirees in Calabar protest the non-payment of their gratuities. Please stay with us.